What's up, peeps? I want to do a correction on a video that I made yesterday where I said that there were as many living creatures or cells, you could say cells, viruses, bacteria, as there are people on the earth. And I found out today that that was incorrect. When I heard that, that was an approximation. He was saying that there were at least as many as people on the earth, and that recording was Manly Hall. It was many years old. And so today I looked it up to find out the truth, and actually I was off by about 20,000 times. There's actually over 100 trillion living organisms in your body. 100 trillion. So in my quick math, that's 20,000 times, about 20,000 times the population of the earth. So if you had 20,000 earths full of people, that's how many bacteria and things are in one body. That is just utterly amazing to me. So I was like tripping out on it. It got me thinking about this idea that, now follow with me here, of course, this isn't a theory or anything. This is just an idea. That maybe these bacteria, that many have lived on the earth in many forms, but for, billions of years, some of the earliest organisms to form, maybe some of these simple single-celled organisms have actually developed a way to, well, maybe they've built a society. And maybe these organisms came to the planet, or developed on the planet, and decided that they wanted to act as a collective consciousness and to take up travel. So in order to do that, they created creatures. So these single-celled organisms started forming into these simple, they have, like, basically, if you look at very small organisms, as they start to develop beyond single cells, they start to develop flagellum, I think they call it. It's these little tails that spin around in circles. It's like sperm cells, tails, which don't actually wave, they actually spin like a corkscrew. And that's how they get around. So then these creatures started to get around, and then they became these cells within this organism that moves around. And they start to develop new features, and all of a sudden these components become one big component. You see where I'm going with this. As the human develops today, it's what if it was the bacteria's final goal? Bacteria and single-celled organisms, that was the final dream for them, was to be able to think about themselves, to be able to consciously talk about themselves. So they created humans. I know it's a strange thought, but it was one that got me thinking about, because we have over like a kilo of bacteria just in our gut. I mean, we use them for everything, and they use us for everything. So, I mean, if we use them for so much, and they're encoded in our DNA, then who's to say that they don't look at us as their God, if you will, that we are the God of these little creatures that swim around within our planet. Some of them never even leave the organ that they're born in, and that's all they know. And just because they're small doesn't mean that they don't have a collective consciousness. Because if consciousness is not indeed a brain-related thing, then it can exist in any form. So, so we're walking bacteria. That's what we are. And I hope that there's something beyond the idea of bacteria developing into humans for its own desire. Anyway, peace out.